SummerSlam.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the coolest party or the biggest party of the summer. What is it that they normally say? The biggest party of the summer, which they don't even use, unfortunately, as a tagline anymore, even though it's a great tagline. It is time for SummerSlam this weekend, where we're
Isn't it like car themed now? Isn't it like Fast?
It's always now it's like city themed because it's in New Jersey this year.
Oh.
But the past few years it's been motor themed for whatever reason. Let's open up the special episode here by saying, Triple H, bro, please go back to SummerSlam actually being a summer themed PLE, because
we need the posters back too. We need those posters back from the 2000s.
I want the stage back, although I do know that they are making an actual stage this year, so that is some progression. It's not going to be a little walkway.
It better be a good stage.
But like that 05, 06 stage, the oval kind of stage with like the sand,
dude. Oh my god,
top tier, the sand and stuff.
Legendary.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, we are here for our SummerSlam predictions. The WNRN OTS Project Championship is on the line for the first time since Money in the Bank, because Theo just ain't been feeling it, man. He just ain't been feeling the vibes.
I ain't been feeling it. This is your chance, Triple H. If you want me back in this bitch,
right,
this is your time to do it.
The first 2-night SummerSlam this year, which is funny because at first,
it's a lot.
At first, you at least were very excited. I remember when they announced it, you were like, "Oh wow, okay," and now you're just like, "Ugh, yeah, whatever."
There's just too much going on. There's too much.
There's a lot going on. But so we're here with our predictions. The championship's on the line. Theo could possibly win. I'm hoping he doesn't win, because then I'm not going to see the championship for like the next 6 months until Royal Rumble probably. So like,
he's gonna take the relationship. I'm done.
Yeah, but all right. So 2 nights SummerSlam. We have the card. They luckily have announced which matches are on night 1 and night 2. So we got the card. So let's break it down. Night 1. Starting with Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross.
I really want to say Sami Zayn, but I don't want to pick Sami Zayn because I will never pick Sami Zayn because I'm a Sami Zayn hater. So I'm going with Karrion Kross.
Okay,
that's my prediction.
My logic behind this is, it seems like Karrion Kross is out the door.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah.
He, there's been these rumors for a while since around WrestleMania time that his contract is coming up. It seems like now that him and Scarlett's contract is really coming up, as in like, I think like super soon, like in a couple days. Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. The smart thing would be to keep them because they're pretty good, but I'm not sure if that's in the cards. I'm not sure if they're staying, and I don't know, the vibe around it just seems a little negative. It seems a little, not great. So I do feel like that this may be Karrion Kross and Scarlett's kind of swan song, at least for the time being in WWE. He gets a big match on a SummerSlam with the second, the second biggest show of the year. He gets a match against a big name, but I don't see him winning. I see Sami Zayn winning because, I kind of feel like after this, Karrion Kross may no longer be a member of the WWE roster, unfortunately. So I'm going with Sami Zayn. You're going with Karrion Kross. So there we go. We got 1-1 so far. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
Man, I think Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are just an absolute unit of a team, but I just can't see them being Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. That's going to be my pick right there. I feel like these are two top guys. They have been on top of their shit for years now. And again, Braun Breaker, absolute unit. I love Braun Breaker so much. I think he's one of my favorite on the roster right now. He is just an absolute fucking menace. And Bronson Reed is someone that I have been very much... I used to be a big Bronson Reed hater. Now I'm very much coming around to the guy. I think this whole kind of like storyline that they got going on, this whole character that he's got going on is just a lot better than what it used to be. So as much as I do like them and as much as I think that they are fucking menaces, Roman and Jay, I feel like got this in the bag.
Yeah. The go-home math is go-home mathin' on Raw this past Monday. Bronson and Braun were standing tall. They stole Roman J's, man. They stole his shoes.
They stole his shoes, man. They stole his man's shoes.
normally when the heels are up on the Raw or the SmackDown before, normally they lose the big match. So that's what I predict happening. As well as, like you just said, it's Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Roman is one of the biggest guys. Had the 3-year run with the title, and Jey Uso is literally coming right off of a World Heavyweight title run. I don't see them losing to them. So my pick is going to be Roman and Jey as well. The women's tag team titles are on the line. Judgment Day of Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
As much as I hate to say it, I feel like there's just way too much star power with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss to be losing this matchup here. I think they kind of have it here. Not to say that I don't like Roxanne Perez or Raquel Rodriguez. I like them far more, honestly, than Bliss and Flair. And if it was just up to favoritism, I would absolutely be picking them. But I just don't see Flair and Bliss leaving here without the championships.
All right. I'm going to go opposite of you because Roxanne Perez is my favorite female wrestler. So chances are, if she's on the card, I'm going to let the favoritism win, and I'm just going to pick her. So I'm going to use that as the case. I'm just going to pick them. But I also feel like, even though this isn't a new title run technically, because it's still like Liv and Raquel's run or whatever, they, as a team, are still a new team and are still new as champions, that I don't see them losing those titles just yet, as well as they do have the rest of the Judgment Day shenanigans that can get involved that could cost Bliss and Charlotte. We don't know what's going on with Liv, but Liv, if Liv were to make some surprise appearance, that could work for them or work against them as well.
I would think I was predicting that it would work against them. That's my prediction.
Well, more so work against Roxanne. What I'm saying? She's going to be going right after Roxanne or something like that. Yep. So we don't know, but I'm going to go Judgment Day. Theo's going Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. This next match may be, honestly, this may sound crazy. Out of all the matches, this is one of the matches I am most excited for. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. And I say this because I'm such a big fan of Jelly Roll. The only person in this match I don't like is Logan Paul. I love everybody else, but I'm a big fan of Jelly Roll. And he seems like he is committed, bro. So we have the Travis Scott situation where Travis Scott came in, basically, was almost ruined WrestleMania. Some may say he did ruin WrestleMania, just to then not even, have a match because he wasn't committed enough. Jelly Roll is the opposite. He has been training at the Performance Center. Literally this last Tuesday, NXT, he was there in the crowd, just hanging out, because I would imagine he was training. And instead of just going back to the hotel or whatever, he decided to hang out and watch the show. So I thought that was cool. He was hanging out in the crowd. He had like a little interaction with Hank and Tank when they came out. So he's committed. He's not rolling up just to do something small and leave. He's been, at the Performance Center pretty consistently training, and he's lost a lot of weight. So
Didn't he lose like 100 pounds or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, definitely respect there. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, for sure. He's very inspirational to me. Makes me want to get back in for sure. I am actually really excited to see this match solely because I'm really excited to see what my boy Jelly Roll is going to do in this match. I think he's gonna surprise the people, especially because I literally saw a fan that was at NXT took a photo with him, and they were talking about the match, and he said, "I'm going to surprise a lot of people." So I'm really excited to see what Jelly Roll is going to pull out of the bag. I want to see this man dive out of the ring through the announce table. I want to see something crazy, and I feel like we are going to see something crazy. So I'm really excited for this match. I'm going to go Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. I feel like it's too clear.
I am also going Randy Orton Jelly Roll here. I think this is the very as much as I love Drew McIntyre and as correct as I am usually with predicting that Logan Paul wins matches in the past, I just feel like this is the team to back here. I think with just the legend killerness of Randy Orton combined with just how great of a journey Jelly Roll has made to get into this match, as well as just he is still the biggest man in this matchup for sure. So I could definitely see the two of them being like an absolute machine of a unit here and just steamrolling these other two.
For sure, yeah. I think it's clear as day, too. Like, you're not going to have Jelly Roll come in and lose his first match. Right. To add to this, too, I think we may be in for a treat with Jelly Roll in the fact that this ain't going to be his only match. He did an interview with Stephanie McMahon, and he pretty much said as so, where he's got the bug. So I'm excited to see how this goes, but I'm excited to see where he pops up again and what he may do in WWE. But yeah, you're not going to have Randy Orton and Jelly Roll lose. Come on now. So, yeah.
Right, exactly, yeah.
The Women's Championship, the WWE Women's Championship, is on the line. Tiffany Stratton defending against Jade Cargill. The Naomi factor is no longer a factor because now she is cashed in and she is the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. So, this is going to be a straight-up match. Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill. Who do you have?
I have Jade Cargill here, mainly because I feel like she has been getting pushed to the moon a little bit over this past year. I feel like,
Yep.
and so I can and I feel like, as we have said before, we do kind of see this idea of Tiffy time kind of dying down. I think Jade Cargill's on the rise. I think Tiffany is kind of on the decline here. I think this is the time to get the title onto someone that is kind of on the rise here, I'd say. Not that I essentially want Jade Cargill to win, because I'm just not a big fan of her personally, but I think that's just what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the same thing. Same exact reason. I'm not a huge Jade Cargill fan, but the numbers are there. She's been pushed heavily throughout. I mean, honestly, not even just the past year. Throughout her whole time in WWE, she's been pushed pretty heavily.
Right.
Been shown as a very big deal. And like we said, I feel like Tiffy time is kind of flattening out here. It's not as big as it was. So I do feel like that's going to be they coined the term WrestleMania moment, which is these big moments for WrestleMania. I think now we need to coin the term SummerSlam moment, because now SummerSlam is pretty much as big as WrestleMania. This will be a SummerSlam moment of Jade Cargill winning her first, WWE Women's Championship. So yeah, I can clearly see that happening for sure.
Yeah.
In the main event of Night 1, CM Punk has announced it himself. It is official. The main event of Night 1 of SummerSlam, Gunther defending the World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk.
We were talking about this a little bit beforehand. I can absolutely see Gunther winning this matchup for sure. Every time I vote for Punk to win a match, I always end up losing. So I'm kind of in a lose-lose situation here, and where it's like either I do pick him and he loses, or I don't pick him and he wins. Either way, I'm losing. But in this scenario, Punk still becomes champion, which would be cool. But I just see Gunther absolutely just destroying this man, pretty much. I don't really see... If it's just a contest of just physicality versus physicality, Gunther's taking this home clean, I feel like.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go the opposite. I feel like CM Punk is walking out with that World Heavyweight Championship. I can't really explain why I think that. I just think
SummerSlam magic. We could just call it that. SummerSlam magic.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like for some reason, I just feel it in my bones that CM Punk's gonna win that title. Yeah, I'm not sure why though. I can't explain it, but I'm going with CM Punk.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know. I just feel like if you're retiring Goldberg and then the next match you're just losing your championship,
right?
Seems a bit odd to me, but
yeah. Well, that's where politics come into play, brother.
That's where politics. Yep, yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right. So just to recap our Night 1, I got Sami Zayn, Roman and Jay, Judgment Day, Orton and Jelly, Cargill, and CM Punk.
I've got Cross, Roman and Jay, Bliss and Flair, Orton Jelly, Jay Cargill, and Gunther.
I just love the idea of Orton Jelly being their tag team name.
That is
Jelly
honestly
Orton.
such a fine.
Jelly Orton's better. Yeah, Jelly Orton's even better.
Come on down and get some Orton Jelly.
The Orton roll. That should be their tag finisher, the Orton roll.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
There we go.
That'd be
all right.
Great. Hell yeah.
Night 2. Also to add, because we I forgot to say this, but we do normally say this. This seems to be the final cards for this, but SmackDown is tonight. So if there is anything that's added, we'll just have to cover that after the fact.
Did Drew McIntyre ever figure out his
Yeah,
situation?
he's good. He's good.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, if anything were to get added on SmackDown tonight, we'll talk. We'll just have to add that afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah. So Night 2, this right here is my most excited match, and I feel like it's yours too.
Yep.
The tag team TLC match for the World Tag Team title, or for the WWE Tag Team titles. My bad. The champions, the Wyatt Six, defending against DIY, against Motor City Machine Guns, against the Street Profits, against Fraxium, against Andrade and Phoenix. This is gonna be insane. This is gonna be even better than the post WrestleMania one they had, because now we have more teams that do even crazier stuff. So this is gonna be insane. But similar to a Roxanne Perez situation where favoritism is gonna win for me. And honestly, I feel like there's not even really much logic you need here, because they haven't really built up too many of these teams in general. And honestly, the Wyatt Six probably will retain because they just won the titles. But favoritism will win for me. I'm going Motor City Machine Guns.
I'm kind of in the same boat here with favoritism. I'm picking Fraxium. If they don't end up winning, I could absolutely see something happening and where they are really starting to push this split up, if not just splitting them up entirely, as like a huge SummerSlam. I would hate it too. Obviously, they're one of my favorite tag teams of all time, but just that split up would just make such a huge SummerSlam moment right there.
Yeah,
and I think it would create for a lot of good story. But I'm still picking them anyways because they're one of my favorite tag teams, and I love a lot of what they do. So
I could also see now, because there's a few so I could see in this match happening. So when this is very obviously reminiscent of like the Edge, Christian, Dudley's, Hardy's, TLC kind of pandemonium stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
There was one. Was it WrestleMania 18 or whatever? I feel like we just watched it where Lita and Rhino and Spike get involved.
Yep.
And I believe that's the only one that has those run-ins. I feel like the SummerSlam one and the WrestleMania 2000 one doesn't have the run-ins. I feel like there's going to be some interference in here because of the fact that Wyatt Six have Rowan, Nikki Cross, and Uncle Howdy. DIY has Candice LeRae. Street Profits kind of have B-Fab as well. So I could definitely see some big SummerSlam moments with some outside interference, especially with the Wyatt Six being out there and stuff. So this is definitely going to be it could be match of the night.
Probably match of the weekend, maybe.
Right. So that's definitely both of our most excited match for sure. Next up, the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Dominic Mysterio defending against the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I'm assuming we both have the same answer here of just AJ Styles.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. This kind of works into my plan. We talked about it on our main episode, which I'm assuming is going to be coming out after this in where we kind of talked about John Cena's last opponent. I think it could be AJ Styles as Intercontinental Champion because he wins it here and then keeps it all the way until that last match with John Cena. So AJ Styles is my pick.
I mean, favoritism.
Honestly, this is
one for me.
This might be
but
also
I also
one
agree
of my
with you.
most anticipated matches.
Yeah.
All
right. Favoritism kind of won for me on this one. But I also agree with kind of your vibe of the John Cena situation, as well as there is these reports that Dom is looked at to be maybe the new AAA champion. So I could easily see them kind of getting this IC title off of him, so that AJ can go do whatever he wants, and then let him run around with the AAA title for a year. So he doesn't have to, I mean, Dom with 2 titles would be cool, but I feel like it would be too much trying to juggle him in AAA, defending the AAA championship, while also having to be on Raw every week, defending the Raw, the IC title. So I feel like easier thing would be put the title on AJ and let AJ go do whatever he's going to do, and then let Dom just run roughshod over AAA, and maybe even WWE defending the AAA championship on Raw or on NXT or something like that would be cool too. So
that'd be cool.
That might be his path, and if that's his path, I think his time with the IC title may be done for now. So, yeah, I'm going AJ as well.
The setup they've been doing for this match has been incredible stuff.
Yeah, it's
very
been fun.
Entertaining.
For sure. Very fun. Next up, Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a cage match. I'm pretty sure the U.S. title's on the line. I would imagine the U.S. title's on the line. I'm going to go Jacob.
I'm going Jacob. Yeah, it seems very clear. It's a cage match with Jacob Fatu in it. I don't know how he loses that situation.
Right. I love Solo. No pun intended. I think Solo's been doing great work, especially after the character assassination that Triple H has put him through the past year. I think he's finding his footing again. So him winning the U.S. title, I really thought was a good idea.
Yes.
But I feel like at this point, you're gonna, the story is you're gonna be locked in the cage with Jacob. There's nowhere for you to go. There's, your whole family could get involved from the outside trying to make sure he doesn't get out of the cage, but they can't really get in the cage and make sure that, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like Jacob's gonna get in there. He's gonna get his hands on Solo, and Solo's gonna lose the title. I could easily see a moonsault off the cage happening from Jacob. That might be the SummerSlam moment.
Oh yeah.
We both got Jacob on that one. The Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line. Becky Lynch defending against Lyra Valkyria. Who you got?
I'm going with Lyra. I don't know if I have too much of instinct on it. It's more just a gut feeling.
Yep.
I feel like Lyra's going to be picking up that title again, because I think she did a pretty good job with it the first time around. So I think she could definitely do a good job with the second time around. I'd be excited to see what she does with it and who else she faces for it. But I'm kind of just a little bit over Becky Lynch, I'd say, in a way. So I'm kind of just going with hoping that they kind of push Lyra here to get the title back.
Gotcha. Lyra is one of my favorites right now. I think she's incredible. I mean, I've always loved her since NXT and stuff. I think she's like, I saw somebody honestly compare her to Bryan Danielson as like the workhorse, and I'm like, she literally is like the female Bryan Danielson for sure.
Absolutely.
But I think Becky Lynch is gonna win. I think she's gonna retain, more so because the story really is between Lyra and Bayley. And Bayley, since WrestleMania, the frustrations have been growing and growing and growing. I think Bayley cost her the title, and we get an official Bayley heel turn for a big SummerSlam moment, resulting in Lyra kind of losing the match and Becky retaining. So that's my pick, and that's my logic behind it.
Okay, I can see that.
We have the Women's World Heavyweight Championship on the line, triple threat. Naomi defending against Io, Sky, and Rhea Ripley. I'm going Naomi. She just won the title. She ain't dropping
Naomi
that.
Too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just won the title. She ain't dropping that. However, I feel like there needs to be some shenanigans involved because Io and Rhea are both kind of protected very heavily. So I'm wondering how we're going to get there and what's going to happen that causes them to kind of lose, not completely in just like a clean way. So that will be interesting.
I feel like some heel shenanigans will go on with Naomi, and she'll find a way to win the match.
Right.
But I think this is going to be another banger for sure.
Yeah. And our main event of the whole weekend, a street fight for the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes looks to get that championship back from John Cena, and I think it's going to happen.
What your pick is Cody Rhodes?
My pick is Cody Rhodes.
Ah, okay. Interesting. I've been seeing some discourse online about this match and a certain someone else, and I think it might happen just because of the lack of information there really is about it. Obviously, it could be far more legitimate than a lot of us are making it out to be, but I still think it's highly possible. My pick is going to be Seth Rollins. I think he's going to cash in here, and I think he's going to be taking this title from the both of them. I don't really see him going after the World Heavyweight Championship. I feel like with how he's trying to set him up to be like this new big guy, I feel like you got to get him after the championship in the company, and I feel like this is the time to do it, especially when it's a street fight, and these two are just battering the hell out of each other. I feel like he can definitely find a way to sneak in here, take the title, take it home with him.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I could see it happening. I think my logic in general, just with this match in general, was that Cena's just in general not leaving with the title because we've gotten the heel turn. I think Cena loses the title. Cena's story is he loses the title, shows up on Raw or SmackDown, and starts to realize that it wasn't worth it. Turning his back on everybody wasn't worth it. And then the last, 4 months, August, September, October, November, December, the last 5 months of his run is going to be him back as a babyface playing the hits, hustle, loyalty, respect. So Cody is my pick, but I also see Rollins doing it. Just in general, I think, not that I want Cena to lose, I just think the idea is that Cena's losing the title.
This seems like the time for him to lose it for sure. Yeah, I agree.
But I do think when we do go to the Seth Rollins idea here, I think it's well, I could see. Okay, all right, we're about to dive in now that my head's turning. I can see this happening in this match because it would be very reminiscent of WrestleMania when he cashed in.
Right. Yep.
At the end of everything. However, I do think the bigger story for him cashing in is the World Heavyweight Championship. More specifically, though, could you imagine CM Punk winning that championship and then immediately Rollins comes out?
God.
That's a way bigger story. Your arch rival.
That would be crazy. That would
Joker,
be crazy.
Right when Batman thinks he saved the day, Joker comes through and goes, "Oh, by the way, I put a bomb there." And then boom. You know what I'm saying? That's the bigger story. Is
I do agree with you. It is the biggest story. My only gripe for that is that match, that inevitable match between CM Punk and Seth Rollins, I can only see that as a WrestleMania match because this is a feud that has been building up for years now at this point.
Yeah.
I don't want them to waste this like big title match on like a on like some other like minor appeal. Like, God forbid a fucking Saturday night's main event or something like that. This is a WrestleMania match here, and I feel like it would just be.
I can still see it
early.
No, I can.
I can
feel
see
like
it
I can
too.
still
I
see
can
it.
still
I see
it, but like,
I feel like there's enough time, even though it's like too much. I mean, they've built. Even though people did get tired of it, they did build the Rhea Liv thing for like a year. Like, you know what I'm saying? There is stuff that does get built for a while. And I do think there is something interesting about Punk winning, celebrating, Rollins cashing in, fucking, Joker comes and stabs Batman in the back once again. And now from here on out, you know what I'm saying? Because now there's not this thing. There used to always be this thing where the champion has a contractual rematch. Everybody gets a contractual rematch. That has not been a thing since Triple H took over.
It hasn't been a thing.
He has eliminated that idea. So I do like the idea of Punk immediately losing this title, and then he has all this time where Rollins goes, "Oh no, buddy, you're not just gonna get a rematch. That's not happening. I'm gonna put you through hell." And so he has to go through Braun Breaker. He has to go through Bronson Reed. He has to go through whoever else they may add to their stable or whatever. Paul Heyman. He has to, win the Rumble. I could easily see him winning the Rumble, because the Rumble, like, Rollins could sit there and go, "Okay, hey buddy, listen, I'll give you a rematch if you could beat Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker," and Punk does it, and Rollins.
Oh my God! Oh, imagine if it's the Rumble and the last three are Punk, Reed, and Breaker in the ring.
All right, yeah. Let me cook.
Cook here, cook. I'm interrupting your cooking with my cooking. But I think we're both kind of cooking the same thing.
I could see I'll give you a rematch if you could beat Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker, and he beats Bronson Reed. He makes it through, and he goes to Braun Breaker. He's about to beat Braun Breaker. Rollins gets involved. He doesn't beat Braun Breaker. Oh, sorry, buddy. No rematch for you.
Champ.
Not happening.
For you.
That could be a month-long story in itself right there of him trying to, get around that stuff. He gets to the Rumble. The final three is him, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. He finds a way to do it. He eliminates them. So now he has beaten both of them, even though he doesn't necessarily need to. There's still the mental layer of, listen, I have beaten both of them, and now there's no way you can get out of this because I've won the Royal Rumble. It's not your decision. It's not a general manager's decision. It is written in the contract that I have won the Royal Rumble, and I could go after Cody Rhodes, but I ain't fucking going after Cody Rhodes. And now you tell a story of Rollins trying to find his way out of this. Rollins being like, dude, listen, bro, come on, bro, listen, we could be cool. You go after Cody Rhodes. We could be like back in NXT when I had the NXT title, you had the WWE title, and we were buddies. We'll be buddies again. You go get that one. Just trying to find any way out of this match until finally we get to WrestleMania, where Punk gets a second WrestleMania main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I think that's the story, man. I think that's the story, is like Punk gets fucked over, and now from SummerSlam to WrestleMania is the build of CM Punk getting back to the World Heavyweight Championship. So
that would be dope.
We have gone on a long tangent off of you going, yes. Seth Rollins is cashing in on Cody Rhodes and John Cena.
Right. we absolutely have.
But I just think that's the idea.
Here. I'm sticking to my guns.
Okay. Yeah, no. And it would still be great if Rollins cashes in and still does it on Rhodes and Cena, because then you could tell the story between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, which is a very deep story as well, where they were rivals and now they're brothers, but now Rollins is a bad guy again, so would Cody be friends with him? Like, there is a deep story you could tell there. I just think the layers are already really there, more currently there, I think, for Punk and Rollins, for sure.
Right. Yeah. No, so, I get it.
Because then also, you go and figure out, like, okay, well, Roman's probably going to get involved here because he still wants his hands on Rollins. So that's a whole other thing where, as Punk is fighting his way through the roster to get to Rollins is actively fighting his way away from Roman Reigns as well. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot that can go into that for sure. So yeah. All right. But our night 2 predictions, I'm going Motor City Machine Guns, AJ Styles, Jacob Fatu, Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Cody Rhodes.
I've got Fraxium, Styles, Jacob Fatu, Lyra, Naomi, and Seth freaking Rollins.
Boom. Beautiful. All right. The title is on the line. Once again, for the first time in like 4 months, it's on the line. Oh man, so yeah, we will see on our next podcast next week. Well, no, maybe not, because if we're recording everything and whatnot. So at some point you will see who won, and we'll post a promo immediately after night 1 and night 2 of who leaves with the championship both nights. So yeah, we appreciate y'all watching. leave a comment if you're excited. Leave a comment on whose team you're on. Are you on Team Theo or Team Kyle? Leave a comment if you're surprised, or not surprised, if you're excited for SummerSlam and what you're most excited for. So, yeah. With that said, we will see y'all after the biggest party of the summer.
Biggest party of the summer.